Hi, I'm Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 7, Section 1, number 23, which reads, the author includes a quotation, air gets pretty unpredictable behind flapping wings to what? And we see that it's in line 17 to 18. So we're going to go up there. Never want to answer a question just based on the quoted lines. Always get a context. And so we see that the quotes are actually right here, but we want to read the paragraph. So starting at the top, we have, there are two reasons birds might fly in a V formation. It might make flight easier, or they're simply following leader. So there we get two things that this paragraph might address. So we want to pay attention and see if it's mapped out exactly like that. Squadrons of planes can save fuel by flying in a V formation, and many scientists suspect that migrating birds do the same. Models that treat flapping birds like fixed-wing airplanes estimate that they save energy by drafting off each other. But the currents created by airplanes are often far more stable than the oscillating eddies coming off of a bird. Air gets pretty unpredictable behind a flapping wing, says James Underwood, a locomotor mechanist at the Royal Veterinary College of the University of London in Hatfield, where the research took place. So, what do we have discussed in the paragraph? Now, first off, and this might be outside the scope of the question, in the beginning, he says that, the author says, it might make flight easier, or they're simply following leader. So what do we get in the paragraph? We actually don't get both those things addressed. It looks like it's talking about making flight easier. How's it making flight easier? It's drawing an analogy between an airplane and a bird. So planes save fuel, and it sounds like the birds are going to save energy. So there's your analogy. Now, what's the author have to clarify here? He has to clarify that airplanes leave a stable draft behind them. Why? Because they're not flapping. They're just fixed wing. And so that is what the author has to address, is the difference there. And that's why he's saying air gets unpredictable behind a flapping wing. So that's the difference between the airplane and the bird. Let's take that information with us to the question. And what we see in answer choice A, explain that the current created by bird differs from that of an airplane. That actually looks pretty good. It looks like that's matching what we predicted. Let's look at the other answer choices to make sure. Answer choice B, stress the amount of control exerted by birds flying in the V formation. Now, he might allude to that. Does he? Not in this paragraph where we're quoting. Maybe in another paragraph. He's talking about the timing having to be just right, but we don't see it in that paragraph. Answer choice C. Indicate the wind movement is continuously changing. Now, the wind movement has nothing to do with the drafting, the wind behind the airplanes or behind the birds. So this answer choice is really focusing on the wind, and that's why that's wrong. And then answer choice D. Emphasize that the flapping of a bird's wings is powerful. Well, we're talking about in relation to an airplane, so it's probably not very powerful when you compare it to the draft that an airplane is going to create when it's in flight. So it looks like our best answer is A. Explain that the current created by a bird differs from that of, meaning the current of an airplane. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with these purpose question or line reference question. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, you can leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.